This episode, we work until it's too dark and make some progress. Oh, that does not sound good. I'm sure that's normal. We continue with the engine teardown by starting with, I don't know, I like to get the intake off, but I think I gotta pull some of these accessories off the front first. Why don't we start with that stuff? I'm tired of using hand tools, so I got out the impact. This is gonna go quick now. I got a bag full of nuts and bolts. I got the belt tensioners off, and actually the pulley on that felt pretty bad too. I'm working on getting the water pump off here. Looks like I got another bolt right here. I'm just about got that done. I got the alternator out and continue to take stuff apart here. Much quicker with an impact. That is for sure. All these bolts are different lengths and sizes though, so it's, that's gonna have to be now figured out probably. All right, a couple more water pump bolts. All right, there's the water pump. And there is, there's an O-ring back there. The impeller blades actually look pretty good. It feels pretty good. So that might be all right. Thermostat's in there. It looks like it's maybe time for a flush. This here looks like it's integrated. So I am guessing I'm gonna have to replace this whole water pump unless I can maybe pop this cap off. I don't know. We'll get that later. And I loosened up a couple of these bolts on each side. I got one bolt left way in the back here that I can kind of get 2 fingers on. I don't know how I'm gonna get it back in. And actually these bolts, I think they're like captured. I can probably, if I pull hard enough, I can probably pull it out, but I think I'm just gonna leave them in there because they are less likely to get lost that way, hopefully. Just got this one last valve, little bit. Oh, my fingers are cramping up. Oh no, that hurts. There has got to be more bolts in here. I got a lot of these ones here. Whoops. Got a lot of these ones here out that I can see, but this is not coming up. So there's a hole right over here. Can you look down in there? Is there a bolt down in that hole there? Is there a bolt down in there? It looks like there's probably a bolt down in there. So there's some more bolts I got to take out. Well, it's very cloudy, but at least it's not raining. All right, so that one is out. I got another one out. Is that it? Oh, look at that. We got some movage. It feels like there's more bolts I'm missing though. It feels like it's still bolted down over on this side here. All right, one more bolt in the back here that I missed, hidden down a hole. All right, got the last bolt out. That's way down the rabbit hole in there. So this should be, this intake should be pretty loose now. It's not gonna come off because I still got a fuel line in the back. I got lots of plugs and sensors on here that need to come off, but we're at least one step closer to pulling it off. So I almost got this out. It's not quite there. Those of you with a keen eye probably, or worked on a HEMI, probably recognize there is a solid steel pipe here that goes to the Egr valve. That is making sure the front of this does not come up. So we're gonna disconnect or pull the Egr valve off here. Hopefully that will do it. It's still, this intake's still probably not gonna come off. I still got a fuel line in the back. I gotta figure out what tool I need to get that off. I think I got all the plugs, but we'll find out. I'll let you know when we get there. It's getting dark. I'm running out of light. Oh, got the Egr valve off. There's some carbon buildup in there. Yeah, it's too dark really to see. There's a tube there. And yeah, it might be raining a little bit, but at least it's not raining really hard. All right, once I got the Egr valve off, look at this. That is about ready to come off. You can take a little peek. Can you see all that in the darkness? Peer into the darkness. So the intake is loose. I just got to disconnect this fuel line. Fortunately, I got a neighbor with a fully stocked garage there, so I had to use that 3/8, the gold 3/8 quick disconnect tool to disconnect the fuel line. There was not enough room, not even close, to get it in here, disconnected from there. But I was able to disconnect it at the back. So that is disconnected. I've got a plug at the back here that I'm having a hard time getting off. All right, got the plug off the back of the intake. So can I pull this off now? Probably not with one hand. Oh man, it's falling. It's falling. There's a fuel line. I think that's it. I think it's off. All right, there we go. Sitting on top. And I think I can pull this. Yeah, no wires. Oh, that does not sound good. I hope there's coolant that goes through the intake. I'm sure that's normal. Let's take a look at this. Definitely got some carbon buildup in there. And how's this look? Is that foam in the middle of the engine? That is foam. And I'm not sure what these are for. But I'm gonna look down the cylinders there on the intake. How's that look? I can't really see. I'll have to look at the videos later. Can't really see that one, huh? Well, there we go. We can see the intake valve there. How's it look? I'll have to examine the video later. Here we are looking down the number 8 cylinder again. During the day, I thought maybe I could see a little bit better, but it does look like that valve may be bent. In the last video taking this apart, I misidentified some of this. This is actually the AC condenser and transmission cooler in one unit. So if either of these break, you're replacing both of them. If you actually look here, you can see the difference in the cooling ductwork. There's this top section here is for the transmission. The bottom one's for the AC condenser. We've got these lines up here are actually transmission cooler lines, and the ones for the AC system are down there. So if you have a Jeep what is this, WKW, whatever it is, your AC condenser or transmission cooler goes out, you're replacing both of them. Congratulations. All right, got more taken apart on the Jeep. The HEMI, got the intake off. Took a little peek down the intake runners to try and look at the valves. We are almost to the point where I can pull the head off, at least off of that side of the engine. At that point, hopefully, maybe we can make a determination if there's a problem in the lower end too, or the upper end. We'll just continue tearing it down. The fun doesn't have to stop here. This side of the screen, there's going to be a video on the last part of taking the engine apart, where we did a leak down test and compression test. Found out the number 8 cylinder is completely dead. And on this side, you can take a look at the Jeep Liberty video when I redid the engine in the Jeep Liberty, and it had a similar issue, and it turned out to be the valve, the number 1, maybe it was number 2, one of the intake valve seats had fallen out of the head. So there's some videos you can watch. The fun can continue, and we will see you next time.